The story overall is pretty simple. Mike has been in a coma or something for like 10 years, and he escapes by killing the ambulance driver and others in it, and makes his way back home. I like this approach. It's not overly complicated. I mean, you could find some issues with it, but I think it works. And Loomis is hardcore as always, getting knee-deep in his suit. I know there's H2O, but without Pleasance, it just has a different feel. Before I forget, I love the opening. All the signs and objects were heavily researched and have meaning. Although, what that is, I don't know because I was too lazy to look for each one. Anyway, Michael wants to kill Jamie, and that is where they bring in some sort of psychic connection between them. Frankly, I don't get it, even with the Part 6 explanation. Well, half explanation. Michael's an impressive villain in this, and his kills are great as always. My only beef is that I don't like his looks. I'm not a fan of the mask, and he's too bulky. Shoulder pads were worn to beef up his appearance, but to me he just looks lumpy. Ellie Cornell, who plays Rachel, is someone I'm not too impressed with. Her acting was fine, she just didn't seem the part to me. In Part 5 she gets offed pretty early, and I didn't really see an issue with that, but I hear a lot of fans complain about that one. But back to Part 4. Danielle Harris steals the show. What a trooper she must have been on set. There was a lot of physical work she had to do and she pulled it off. This was her debut film, and since she's been a big part of the franchise, although now I think she's through after Zombie sequel. The overall atmosphere was pretty dark, keeping with the originals that way. Very little takes place in the day, and even the power of the town was out, which was a nice touch. Speaking of dark, Part 3 itself was even more dark. A company out to kill children? But that bombed, and then the franchise moved back to Michael. The ending I'm not too big on. I mean, it's not terrible, but in Part 5 we see he gets away. Why would they not have checked for a body? I know I've harped on this before, but there had to be a way to write this just a little better. Some people aren't big fans of Part 4, 5, and 6. They're often referred to as the Thorn Trilogy. I still think that they're entertaining and worth a watch. John Carpenter was supposed to be part of this movie, number 4, but walked after a declined treatment proposal. Interesting facts here. The drugstore was the same one as the one in Stephen King's The Stand, and if you're wondering, including the dog, the body count in this film is 19. That's the third dog in the series. PETA must be pissed. So, not much more to say about it. It's not my favorite, but it's pretty solid. Great for the Halloween season. I think I rated the original review, so I'll say 6 out of 10. That's all for now, but thanks for tuning in. HMRG, out. Interesting facts here. The drugstore was the same store as Stephen King. I like this approach. It's not... Somebody honks the fucking horn. I like this approach. It's not overly complicated. I mean, you could find some... I like this approach. It's not overly complicated. I mean, you could find some issues with it, but I think it works. And Loomis is hardcore as always, getting knee-deep in his suit. I know there's H2O, but without Pleasance, it just has a different feel. And the cell phone goes off.